Good morning, this is Jeff from Chartered Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 2nd of December. My disclaimer, I did this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. Okay, let's have a look at the setup here. Now we've got what look like bear flags here. Obviously we've had a very muted rally here, not at all like the one in equities, but it has rallied while equities have been rallying. So I think we what you see in this situation where things are correlated but there's a strong trend on one and not on the other is, generally speaking, when equities are going up in this instance, you'd find that crypto will tend to go sideways, and when equities are going down, crypto will tend to go down. And with a modest retrace on equities yesterday, we saw that yesterday. At the moment, we are failing at the daily middle bands on Bitcoin and on Solana and on the Ethereum charts. That may or may not continue. What I was looking at on the other day was the hourly charts, and on those, let's have a look at the 15-minute chart. On those, I was seeing what looks an awful lot like bear flags, and those have broken down, and they haven't made it back to the lows yet. But I think we might have bottomed out short term, and what you quite often see in this circumstance is a larger flag form. So this would be A, B, and this would be C if we go down this road. I'm expecting to see a bit more upside. We've got a nice looking little IHS here on Bitcoin. I think we might be going for a higher high and then coming back to retest the lows. We will see how that goes. If we look at Solana, almost made it back to the low, 124.54, 123.11. It may still do so. Not seeing a really obvious reversal pattern here, but this could just about be an IHS which is forming and hasn't broken up yet. We will see how that goes. Looking at the 15-minute chart, it looks pretty much the same. You can see the little inverted head and shoulders here at the bottom of this last wave, but that's pretty much played out here already. All right, looking at the Ethereum chart, again, we got pretty close to the lows. We could have an IHS forming here, but to be honest, this one is too low quality really to even consider as a possibility. But I am thinking we might see the same ABC. We will see how that goes today. But again, you can see a little IHS here, which has broken up and not quite made target. I'm wondering if we might see that C wave up here. We will see. We do have some reason to think that equities might go down, but it's a lot weaker than it was coming into yesterday, where we had quite a lot of sell signals. Now, most of those sell signals have already made target, so we shall see how it goes. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions. I think the question is, do you think people will push BTC down to 75k? Strategy's cost basis. If so, it could go a lot lower. Yes and no. What I'm thinking is, yes, I'm thinking people may push it down to 75k. And I was talking about this last week. And that is the retest of this low. On a bigger picture, that is a possible head and shoulder neckline. We don't necessarily have to reach it, but we do have open targets on Solana. And yeah, Solana, we've got an open target at 95k. On Ethereum, we have an open target down here at about 20.5. Given that these tend to be more volatile and move further, they're kind of like a 2x Bitcoin. That actually looks pretty equivalent to reaching 74.4k retest on Bitcoin. And I'm thinking that we may well reach that. But if we are then forming a larger head and shoulders, we may see a big rally there. This left shoulder here took about 5 months to form and topped out at 109.3k. It could be we get a significant rally when we get there. Now, it doesn't need to last 5 months and go up to 109.3k, but it would need to, look somewhat like a right shoulder. It'd probably get to at least 95,000 to 100k and maybe last 2 or 3 weeks at minimum. We'll see. But yeah, in terms of in the context of that Solana target and the context of that Ethereum target, 74.4k retest looks like the obvious place to go. We've already broken this rising support trend line. We don't have a target down there, but I think there's a pretty good there are good reasons to think that we may well make it down there. That is my main target that I'm looking at on Bitcoin. But I am thinking we may see a very decent rally when we get there. And actually, this could be the left shoulder, for instance, or an IHS. to deliver that rally back up to 110. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.